Hi, loves! Welcome to Journaling with Julia. I'm super excited about this. My name is Julia. On Instagram, I'm known as Julia Speaks Love. And this is a totally brand new series that I'm doing that is dedicated to helping inspire you to get on your journey, journal writing, and also feeling motivated about our topic this month, which is your self-love journey. And I am super pumped to talk about this because I personally feel from my own experience that journal writing and your self-love journey go hand in hand. That is what has helped me through my self-love journey, and we're going to be talking about that all the month of July, and I'm just super excited to be here with all of you, to inspire you, to get you pumped up and feeling good and feeling happy about journal writing. Yes. So the way that this show is going to work, the way that this video series is going to work is I'm going to start out by giving you some inspiration, whether it is an anecdote from my own life, something that connects to the topic that we are going to be discussing. And then the most exciting part is I'm going to be asking for you all to participate and send in your own experiences via audio, like a call-in show, and hear what your experiences have been on the topic that we're discussing, which is the self-love journey. So when I think about self-love, I really think about how I show up in the world, right? Because how I show up in the world really represents what I think about myself, how I speak about myself, what I do when I am referring to myself, how I carry myself, and all of that, how I take time for myself, all of that is connected to the inner work, the way that I see myself in my mind, the way that I feel about myself inside. Because the thing is with self-love, people can tell you all day and all night long about you're beautiful, you're attractive, you're such a great person, right? But if you don't feel that for yourself within, if you haven't done the work to really understand how you feel inside, it can be very challenging to truly accept for yourself what people are saying about you. That's the real tea, honey. And for a long time in my life, I had a lot of negative thoughts. I had a lot of feelings of uncertainty, a lot of feelings of depression, a lot of feelings of imposter syndrome. And you know, imposter syndrome is sort of connected to self-sabotage in the sense that you don't feel that you can truly step into your power. Like, am I good enough for this? You get an amazing offer and somehow you feel like, oh, I can't do this. And we actually do things that get in the way of us being able to carry out those amazing gifts that we've been given by the universe because we feel like we are not adequate. All of that has to do with how you feel about yourself inside. And a lot of us, right, are going through life, doing a job, that we it's okay, but we've never done the work to ask ourselves, what is it that I really want to get out of life? What is it that I really want to achieve? What is it that really, truly makes me happy inside? Because all of that matters. And I did a speech about this on YouTube. It's in my bio if you'd like to watch it. But I spoke about in this speech the fact that when I was 27 years old and I was teaching, I had a moment where I realized that I had never asked myself what I truly wanted out of life. I had been walking through life for years doing things that other people said I should do. and taking part in taking jobs from industries and areas where people say, oh yeah, you should do that. And I said, oh, okay, I'll do that. And I never quite felt fulfilled, and I couldn't understand why I didn't feel fulfilled. I couldn't understand why I needed to always go to happy hour right after work to numb myself and feel good again. I honestly couldn't understand or fathom any of that. And when I was 27, I had never heard of what a self-love even definition is at all about. I had no idea. And I had a journal that I would write in from time to time, but I wasn't doing it regularly. And I found that I would only go to my journal when I had problems. And so I needed to really think about in my life, how can I figure out what's going on with me? How can I be grateful for the blessings that I have received, but also how can I unpack how I'm truly feeling? You know, it's very easy for us to criticize other people, but it's really hard for us to look in the mirror at ourselves, to see what's going on with ourselves, and look at ourselves with a critical eye, right? And the beautiful thing about journal writing is once you set a routine, right, where you say, in the morning, every day, I'm going to dedicate 15 to 20 minutes to journal write about how I feel about loving myself, about all the wonderful things that I'm experiencing, about all the beautiful things that bring me joy in my life. You start to really be able to unpack things for yourself. And it gives you so much inspiration. It allows you to think through, why did I react like that? Or why did I self-sabotage my experience that I had today? Or why didn't I follow through with that email? Or why didn't I call that person back? You know, why did I use these words towards myself? And really start to unpack it. You know, school teaches us how to study other topics, but nothing teaches us how to study ourselves, how to learn about ourselves in school, right? But that's the most important thing, is to understand yourself. Because when you understand yourself, when you give energy and love and light to yourself, oh my goodness, honey, you can really shine in the world because you've poured so much love and so much positivity into yourself that it radiates beautifully into the world. So the beautiful thing about journaling with Julia is we're always going to have the participation of our beautiful Julia Speaks Love community. And we're going to take a call in a moment. But before we do that, I just want to show you guys my homemade journal. It says Julia Journals for Love. And I want to point that out because it's important for you to have a reason why you journal, right? This is a new month full of new blessings. Happy July to you. You know, the theme of this self-love journey is really to think about how you want to show up in the world, right? So in doing that and thinking about how you want to show up in the world, why are you journal writing? What does that have to do with how you want to show up in the world? I journal write because I want to be reminded that what guides my life is love. Every day, what guides my life is love. So think about, why do you journal write? What is it helping you with, right? Julia, I journal for love. What is your reason? I really want you to think about that today. So, talking about our self-love journeys this month, I asked you all to submit your audios via DM, and if you haven't already, you can participate by sending me an audio DM on Instagram. Make sure you're following me and part of this Loving Julia Speaks Love community, and send me a DM on audio. You can press the audio on your DM, sharing with me your definition of self-love and also what you have learned so far from your self-love journey about yourself, what has been helpful, what resources have helped you with your self-love journey. Have you read a book? Have you had a conversation? Whatever it is, because you think, oh, this is just my story. But you can inspire so many people by sharing your personal story, right? People need to hear from you. So just all you have to do is send me a DM, an audio DM at Julia Speaks Love with your 1 minute to 2 minute audio explaining and sharing what you think self-love means, like your own definition, and a little bit about your own self-love journey. So let's get into our first call from a wonderful, beautiful person. Her name is Lita Rose, and you can follow her on Instagram at Lita Rose. And she shared an audio with us that I'm pulling up right now that I'm super excited about. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the audio for you, and then I'm going to give a little bit of my feedback of how I connect to the audio. All right? So let's get started.
I'm Lita Rose, and self-love to me means setting boundaries for the people in my life, accepting my own boundaries for myself, and just being gentle and accepting of my authentic self, as I evolve, learning who I am in the present moment and not who I was in the past, not who I was when I was a teenager or in my 20s, but who I am now as a 34-year-old woman, Black queer woman. So that's what it means to me, and just loving everything about me, the new version, just learning all of that and loving all of that about me. And what I would tell anyone who's listening is to be okay with saying no. And being okay with who you really are, being alone, having alone time for yourself, getting to know who you are as a person, where you at in life. And it's okay to set boundaries with your friends, family, lover, whomever, your pets, your children. And just tap in and listen to your intuition.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Lita Rose. That was a beautiful... Oh, I loved it. Such powerful things in that call. And I was taking notes as she was speaking, and I want to sort of unpack a little bit of what she was saying. For example, she said, accepting of my authentic self. And I think that's one of the most important parts of your self-love journey, is to accept your authentic self. Not the self that people may label you as. Not the self that people may accept you in their own minds as. But the self that you authentically are. That's such an important thing to take from this message. Another thing that she said is the importance of loving yourself enough to say no and to create boundaries. Boundaries. Because when you create boundaries with people, even with yourself sometimes, right? But when you create boundaries with people, you teach people how to treat you. You teach people how to treat you, and you show people how you love and respect yourself. Another thing that she said is that she loves everything about who she is now, right now in this present moment. A lot of times we think about what we want to be in the future, or we think about what we have achieved in the past and how people knew us in the past. And while all those things do matter, you're here now. That's the truth. You're here now. And what you do today matters so much, because every day we're taking steps towards developing into the beautiful person that our purpose knows that we can be. And so appreciating every part, the present moment, is so important. Loving yourself now, not I'll love myself when this, or I'll love myself when that, or I loved myself when I was that weight before. I need to get back to that weight. But appreciating every part of who you are really matters. So I loved that. I thought that that was so important. And in the comments, I would love to hear from you. What resonated with you the most about that call-in, that audio? What stuck out to you the most? What made you feel inspired from that? How do you relate to that call-in that Lita Rose shared with us? And, in this month of July, it's all about thinking about how you want to show up, but not only show up, but show out. How do you want to come out in July? It's a brand new month, honey. What is it that you want to bring to the table? What is it that you want to inspire within yourself? What is it that you want to do? What do you want to accomplish? So, as I mentioned, every video, I'll leave you with a journal writing prompt, and the goal of that is to inspire you after watching this video to do some reflection, do some writing, do some getting down with it in your journal. And by the way, I made this journal from a composition notebook. And I have two journals. That's my gratitude journal, and this is my just regular idea journal. And, I want to inspire you in a different episode to talk about those things, but I want you to really think about, after each video, how you can reflect in your journal based on what was talked about. So the writing prompt that I want to share with you for today, based on what I shared, based on what Lita Rose shared in her beautiful audio, thank you, Lita Rose, is: what does your self-love journey look like in July? Right? This is a new month, a fresh start, new blessings. June, we learned so much. It was a big transformation. So what do you want your self-love journey to look like in July? Map it out for yourself. Write it out. And what I do when I say map it out is I write out exactly, verbatim, in detail, what it is that I want to see myself doing. And I always write it as I am, as if I'm doing it in the present. For my self-love journey in July, I am making sure that I'm setting boundaries for myself with my relationship and with my friendship. For my self-love journey in July, I am making sure that I am saying no when I really mean no, and I'm saying yes when I really mean yes. That means if someone asks me something, I will not be swayed by guilt. I will say, I am busy. I am occupied. I am not able to do that today. I am going to make sure that I wear clothes this month that make me feel like, wow. I am going to make sure that this month of July, I'm stepping out and feeling good every single day, no matter if I'm going to the grocery store or if I'm going to the park. So for you, what do you want to get out of this month of July in your self-love journey? Write about it. And comment below if you want to share a little bit of what you wrote. And remember, you can DM me with any reflections, anything that has to do with your self-love journey. I am here for it. All you have to do is follow me, send me an audio DM at Julia Speaks Love. Make sure it's only 1 to 2 minutes so that we can, get the most out of it and really hear what you have to say. And I love you all. This is a brand new video series. I have never done anything out like this before. I am challenging myself along with you all to step outside of my comfort zone for the month of July. This is something that I had to do several takes for because it's new for me. But let me know in the comments what you think. If you like it, just let me know. Show me your love. Show me your support. I love hearing from you. I love your comments. And I will see you in the next episode. I love you all so much. It is always my goal to inspire you and leave you with jewels and gems that will really make you feel pumped to journal, write, and to reflect and just be inspired in your day. I love you all. I'm sending you so much love. And remember, you have a unique light that the world needs. Keep shining. I love you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. And keep journal writing. It will change your life. See you in the next video. Bye.